Got this special edition of Puttinyadown starting right now.
When I fall off, it be a while I'm putting you down. When I fall off, it be a while I'm putting you down. Putting you down. Putting you down. Putting you down.
Hey, Jerry. Thank y'all for tuning to another episode of PYD. We are live from the podcast summit in Miami. I have the beautiful Miss Angel Jones in the building.
I'm so happy to be here.
Pull you down.
Yes, ma'am. All right, so we gonna get straight into it. So, tell the people what you got going on.
So I am the CEO of a business development firm called Golden Angel Management on the south side of Chicago, but we are expanding. And what we do is specialize in helping ambitious business owners to increase their revenue by gaining some clarity and structure in their sales department. So we want to make sure our clients are increasing money so they can hire more people so we can help lower the poverty rate.
Definitely all about lowering the poverty rate. So how long have you been doing that?
So I've been working in community service since I was 13.
Wow.
And I am 30 now, by the way. And
That's a blessing.
Yes. And we specialize in sales, and I've been working in sales since I was 15.
Okay.
So quite a while.
Okay. Okay. Do you enjoy doing it?
I love it.
Think it's your calling, your passion?
It definitely is my calling and passion. I really never feel like I'm at work.
Okay. Okay. So
Sure.
what's the name of your brand?
So the company is called Golden Angel Management.
Golden
but
Angel Management.
Our I would say hashtag is your golden angel, and our slogan is it all begins with I, because we're big on accountability and we have 4 core values that all begin with the letter I. So it's impact, influence, integrity, and income.
Okay. Can you put us on like some in depth of those 4 categories? Like,
So when it comes to impact, like I told you all, I've been working in community service since I was 13. So community service is going to be at the heart of everything that I do and that we do at Golden Angel Management. So we really want to make sure we have positive impact in our community. And that's why we have poverty being, our focus to help lower the poverty rate. But of course, we have to make sure we have a high level of integrity no matter what. And one of the things I really, really stress is that sales is service. So a lot of times sales representatives get a bad rep because, they're, not having that integrity. They are, really being pushy, being, not really listening and just trying to sell to make a profit. But we really push that sales is service, because as you serve more people, you add more value. You should have that at the forefront, and the sales will come.
definitely.
And as it relates to influence, we are leaders in our community. I'm big on leadership development. I also am a business coach. So with making sure that we have that influence being a core value, we are making sure we're intentional about having the right type of energy and culture with our clients and with our staff members. And then, of course, income is a core value, because that's how we measure our progress, because you can't measure what you don't track. And we track poverty based on income.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful. So did you get your main idea from coming up in poverty? Like, did you come up in poverty, or it was just something like more so you saw your peers or closest individual around you in poverty?
So I did grow up in poverty. So I was adopted when I was 8 years old by my grandparents, and it was a total different income from my birth parents to my grandparents. So I went from poverty to middle class, or even upper middle class. And so that transition was major for me. And then also the schools I went to, it was in some of the I would say challenging parts of Chicago. And, I know we get a bad rep in Chicago, but there are some great and beautiful areas in Chicago. But yes, I did get exposed to some of the not so great parts. And that definitely has influenced my mindset, along with, of course, just having a balance between being urban and being professional and being in corporate America. So I started working when I was 15 for a nonprofit. So in that nonprofit space, though, that nonprofit, we helped service inner city youth about environmental science. So we were talking about recycling, boating, archery, water quality, things that Black kids on the south side of Chicago were not doing. And so it really opened up my eyes to a variety of different cultures, different backgrounds, and a lot of times I was the only woman in rooms. I was the only minority in rooms. So seeing that difference really helped me look at poverty differently.
That's very much dope. Like, how do you feel the youth is to the society? What's the importance of the youth?
So I feel like the youth is everything. The youth is our future. And after I began working in the nonprofit space, I've realized by the age of 21, because I stayed with that same nonprofit from age 13 to age 21, and then I realized I can grow and start a business, but I didn't know how to manage money. Mm-hmm. So I guess I should have mentioned that the first time, right? But so when I realized that I had a lack of education as it related to financial literacy, I started working in financial services. Okay. And that's how I started incorporating sales training in my business, because I started learning about insurance, annuities, how you save money, how you prepare for long-term care financially. And that really helped me raise my awareness about, man, we don't know how money works. We don't know how to properly prepare for our transitions when our parents are getting older and our grandparents are getting older. And of course, for me, my parents are my grandparents. Mm-hmm. So, it really was a wake-up call. And I think that really changed my perspective about youth and being the middle liaison between like connecting youth and the older generations. Mm-hmm. And I saw like, oh, we need to make sure we're passing the torch. We need to make sure that we are educating our youth in a way that they're properly prepared.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I think that's where the youth really came into being a focus mm-hmm. for who I need to be adding value to, educating, and being there for.
Definitely. You got any kids?
I do.
Okay. So
actually, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
So he's actually the inspiration behind Golden Angel Management. So my son's first name is Golden. He is my golden boy. And I got married when I was just 18, and my husband unfortunately passed away, and we weren't able to have children. So when I got pregnant with my son Golden, after he passed away with a different person, and I saw I could actually have a child and I could, carry the child full term, mm-hmm. I realized I was smarter than I thought, I was stronger than I knew, and I could accomplish whatever I set my mind to as long as I stayed focused and kept God first. And so he was the golden child for me. And so my company was me proving to him my legacy with making impact and having influence and integrity. So it all ties together.
It does with the name. Like that is so simple. Like it's straight to the point. Like Angel, Golden
Angel Management.
You know where it's coming from. It's family oriented. I love it. I love it.
Absolutely. It's at the forefront of everything.
I love it. So what's your next plans? What's the next steps you got going on with your brand?
So in September is going to be major for us. We are launching a podcast as well. We are the Golden Angel Podcast to help ambitious business owners maintain what I call their boss BBL, which is balance, boundaries, and limitations.
Puttinyadown.
I love it.
And so on our podcast, we're going to be making sure we educate our listeners about how to maintain their BBL with incorporating business development and personal development, because my first husband did commit suicide. So I'm very big on mental health. Oh, it's okay. I'm very big on mental health, and I really want to make sure that we incorporate how important it is to bring awareness to mental health for entrepreneurs, because we are all the time overwhelmed, stressed, experiencing anxiety and overwhelming. We really need the tools necessary to maintain that balance so we can add value and make impact.
Definitely.
And so that's what's going on in September, along with I'm hosting a mastermind as well and launching it in September to help other business owners.
A mastermind, like, can you go into depth about that?
So, yes, it's a 12-week mastermind where we will be meeting. I'm only working with 10 business owners, and I will be literally helping them gain some strategy and some structure in their business operations so they can scale. Okay. So a lot of us, we don't have the proper systems in place. We don't kind of know what to do. We don't know how to maximize our opportunities. And I wish that there was more of a mentorship to hold our hand through that process. So I'm big on being the change you want to see. So I'm going to go ahead and launch my own mastermind.
I love it. You already have the businesses that you're working with picked out?
So I only have 4 so far, and I'm only working with 10. So I have 6 more spots open.
Okay. So how can somebody go about being a business that you work with?
So they can, of course, go online to goldenangelmanagement.com, and on the website, go to join the team and apply to be in the mentorship. And they can book a free strategy call as well if they would like to get in the mastermind specifically. I forgot about the mentorship. I'm sorry. So I also have a mentorship for young entrepreneurs who are just starting, and that's also a 12-week program. But they can just go to my website at goldenangelmanagement.com.
Okay. So we got a segment on our show called Put Up or Put Down. So I'm gonna ask you a question. You either put up with it or you put down with it. If you put down with it, put us down on why you putting down with it.
Okay.
Got it?
I like it.
All right. So put up or put down. I'm gonna go sales, or let me see. I had another one.
I'm like, you know what I'm gonna choose.
I know. It's so hard. I'm gonna just go sales then. Like put up or put down sales.
Of course, we're gonna put up. We gotta have sales. Without sales, what are we doing? Right? We out of business.
That's for sure. That's for sure. Okay then. So we ain't gonna hold too much more of your time. We gonna wrap this one up. Thank y'all for tuning to another episode of PYDCAST, the podcast with a Y. It's the big fella boss down big. I'm here with
Angel Jones.
Miss Angel Jones, man. And thank y'all for tuning in. And we gone.
Thank you.
You down. When I fall off, it be a while I'm putting you down. When I fall off, it be a while I'm putting you down. Putting you down.